Hello everyone watching WWE Reloaded, please subscribe, like, share, comment and ring the notification bell for all your WWE updates. 5 surprises for Raw, May 24, 2021. Former US champion to turn heel for the first time, unexpected title change to happen? Raw began the build to Hell in a Cell 2021 last week post WrestleMania Backlash. While there's less than a month left until the next pay-per-view, Raw has started on the right foot for once. That wasn't the case between April and May, but a good episode last week has left hope that WWE is seriously trying to have a good build on Raw and not just SmackDown. This week's episode of Raw could be filled with several twists and turns. With some new storylines established and a lot to look forward to, here are some things that could happen. Number 5. Riddle vs Xavier Woods ends with a twist on Raw. Allies no more? Riddle, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston have been allies for a while now on Raw. There was even a funny backstage segment, posted online only, where the New Day members ate his cookies. Last week, Randy Orton faced Kofi Kingston in a less intense renewal of their 2019 rivalry, and the result didn't change. This time, however, Kofi Kingston needed a bit of a distraction from Xavier Woods to make it happen. It was a bit of a fluke, but the result stood. What was surprising, however, was post-match, when Riddle shoved Xavier Woods down following their celebration. This week on Raw, they come to blows as former United States champion Riddle faces Xavier Woods. As a team, RK-Bro remains undefeated. But is momentum on their side? It would be interesting to see how the match plays out. Whether Riddle wins or loses, it would be a big twist if he turned heel for the first time in his WWE career. It would make RK-Bro the biggest threat to the Raw Tag Team division and would instantly shoot them into title contention. While we're not sure if it's too early, a Riddle heel turn could be an interesting direction that works out. Number 4. Yet another WrestleMania rematch on Raw, but will it be different this time around? An eerie finish ended the match last week. Last week on Raw, a WrestleMania rematch happened yet again as Natalya and Tamina defended the women's tag team titles against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. It seems as though WWE only has one women's title feud despite a few other teams being available on both brands. The mishandling of the women's tag team champions comes as no surprise, but even if we don't ask for it, we will be getting another rematch for the women's tag team titles. Last week, Alexa Bliss was responsible for helping the champions win after setting off the flames from the ring post, similar to what Kane used to do years ago. This week, things could be different. Natalya and Tamina seem to reject Alexa Bliss' advancements in her playground, in what can only be described as a weird segment on Raw, and despite this, Bliss helped them retain their titles. This week, a big surprise could come in the form of a title change. 3. Charlotte Flair's Raw Women's title pursuit to abruptly end. Charlotte Flair vs Asuka on Raw. The Japanese star got one over her rival. Charlotte Flair made her case to Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce that since she wasn't the one who got pinned in the Raw Women's title triple threat match at WrestleMania Backlash. As a result, she should still be in contention against champion Rhea Ripley. While Sonya Deville seemed to be fine with that, Adam Pearce wasn't. Interestingly enough, it's the same argument that Drew McIntyre made to get another WWE title shot. Adam Pearce didn't have much to say about Drew McIntyre, but he wasn't a fan of Charlotte Flair's request. Instead, he made her face Asuka to get a Raw Women's title shot. Thanks to the distraction caused by Raw Women's champion Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair lost to Asuka yet again. It's going to be interesting to see how it's handled, but Charlotte Flair will likely continue to be in the title picture. A big twist would be if she was removed and went on to a non-title feud for a change. 2. A change in direction for AJ Styles on Raw. AJ Styles and Elias. Last week on Raw, AJ Styles faced Elias and the match ended in a disqualification. There was involvement from both Jackson Ryker and Omos, which reflected WWE's poor handling of the Raw Tag Team Championships. There needs to be a big change for AJ Styles and Omos. Despite being an entertaining duo, the two haven't had much going on, and a change in direction might be the way to go. Elias vs AJ Styles was essentially a heel vs heel match on Raw. A babyface duo as the tag team champions would work with RK Bro potentially turning heel. Randy Orton is already one anyway. It would change the dynamic of the Raw tag team division, although there hasn't been too much effort put into it. The big problem with the recent developments is that two top stars in AJ Styles and Randy Orton have, temporarily, entered the Raw tag team division, leading to a bit of a void in the main event scene. 1. Bobby Lashley ends Kofi Mania 2 before it even begins on Raw. Bobby Lashley vs Kofi Kingston on Raw. Bobby Lashley held an open challenge in the main event of Raw last week. Throughout the episode, multiple names teased answering the open challenge, including relative newcomer Damian Priest. Ultimately, Kofi Kingston answered the challenge for his second match of the night on Raw. While he thought he had a chance to regain the WWE title that he lost less than 2 years ago, MVP revealed that the open challenge was not for the WWE Championship. Regardless, Kofi Kingston went through with the match and had a little more assistance this time around. Xavier Woods was his insurance policy, but Drew McIntyre turned out to be the difference maker as he helped Kofi Kingston secure a roll-up pin for a shock victory over the WWE Champion. It puts him in contention for the WWE title, but since Drew McIntyre is expected to face Bobby Lashley at Hell in a Cell 2021, Kofi Mania could be squashed before it even starts again. Thank you for watching WWE Reloaded. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment and ring the notification bell for all your WWE updates.